Hi, I'm Alexandra Harbushka, founder of Life with Herpes, and today we're going to talk about some things that can trigger a herpes outbreak. Okay, so let's face it, we know that herpes outbreaks are not fun, right? And when we're just diagnosed, we're going, oh my gosh, this is now happening, or that's not happening, or how do I get rid of this? And as we know, if you are not getting outbreaks, you are not thinking about the fact that we have herpes, right? It's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. Now, I always have to disclose and make sure you disclose. Just because you are not getting an outbreak does not mean that you are unscathed or you know, it's gone away permanently. It is still there, and we have to definitely tell our future partners. But anyways, let's move on from there and let's talk about ways to prevent or things that cause herpes outbreaks. So a lot of them are lifestyle choices. As we know, there are some healthy lifestyle choices we can make, and then there are some poor lifestyle choices we can make, right? And of course, this all goes in moderation, and these are just, I'm putting it out here for you so you can look at your lifestyle and say, oh, well, that's something I'm not even realizing I'm doing, and gosh, maybe I can make some changes. So number one is stress. And stress is something that we can't avoid it, right? It's like taking the air out of the room. We can't take the air out of the room. So stress is something that we can't get rid of per se, but it's something that we can learn to control or not control. Now, stress can be a good thing. It actually does have some good benefits. It helps us achieve, it helps us accomplish our goals, it helps us, compete in healthy ways. But then there's also some lifestyle things that pop up that stress finds its way to creep in. So things like, final exams, things like breaking up with your girlfriend or boyfriend, family trips, a new job, new school, all the financial stress, all these little things can really, really play a role on your body, and of course your herpes outbreak as well. So just some key things to think about. I know you're going to be like, Alexandra, this is so much easier said than done. But hey, we've all been there. We have to learn how to navigate through these things. So a perfect example is finals. Now, finals are stressful. They're awful. They're really bad. They're almost as bad as a herpes outbreak. So they become stressful. So the thing is we can make those choices to not cram the night before your finals by drinking sugar-free Red Bull, 5 of them in a row, and cramming and studying and doing all that. That is not going to help you. It's not going to help your grade, and it's definitely not going to help your herpes outbreak. So, just some things there to plan ahead, be on top of your schedule, be proactive, and just realize that when these things come through your life, know that it's a short amount of time. I'm going to take care of it, and I'm going to get through it. Okay, another lifestyle choice or things that impact our life are a low immune system. Now, if you're new to your herpes diagnosis, then perhaps you don't know. If you've had herpes for years like me, you're aware that if you have a low immune system, that's when your herpes outbreak is going to pop up. So things like when you get a cold or you're run down, it likes to show up. So clearly, the stronger immune system we can have, then less likely the herpes outbreak will pop up. So our immune system does a lot of great things for us. It's just like a little army of fighters. So what it does is it protects us from disease, and it protects disease from taking over our body. Just like a regular army out there, protecting our country, they go out, they fight, and they don't want to let the bad guys in. Well, just like our immune system and say a tired army or an army who's not prepared, they're going to have a lot of challenges and let the bad guys in. Just like our body. If our body's run down, if we're not taking care of it, then it's an opportunity for some heebie-jeebies and the bad little viruses and other things to come in. So if you are run down with a cold, your body cannot fight all these different things. It can only protect a certain number. Like if it's exhausted, it's hard. So things that are really important are sleep. Sleep is really a key thing. I know that might be hard if you're in your 20s or if you're studying for finals, or maybe you're not a good sleeper to begin with, but sleep is really key, because when you are asleep, your body recovers. It allows you the opportunity to improve your immune system. So sleep is really key, getting that amount of sleep. Your diet plays a role. You know, we all know what's good for you and what's not good for you, right? Like, we all know that fast food and processed food and things full of preservatives are not good for your body. So those are just some other things. I'm not saying completely take that out of your diet. I'm just saying look at what you're doing. Maybe instead of, you know, going out to lunch and getting the double every day at work, you start bringing your lunch to work. Things like that. And then the third, this is mostly for women. I think it's really only for women as I'm saying that, is hormones. So when it is your menstrual cycle, that can cause an outbreak, because when that happens, your hormones fluctuate. They go up, they go down, they have all these different things going on, and your body's working kind of hard, right? It's technically preparing for a pregnancy. And so when that happens, your immune system gets a little low. Your hormones allow a little fluctuation. When there's a fluctuation in hormones, then an outbreak. So I hear from a lot of women that say that they get outbreaks like a day or two before their period, or when they're ovulating, things like that. So what's gonna be really important, if that is you, first of all, pay attention, find out go back in your calendar and see if that's when you're getting your outbreaks. But track your period, track your outbreaks, and see if you can find a correlation. Potentially you have a hormonal imbalance. That could be one thing to look at. Maybe you're switching birth controls or have switched your birth control. That's something to also look into. And if that is the case and nothing's changed and everything's fine and healthy, maybe look at taking it, it easy those 2 days before your period. Do a little R&R, a little self-care, and take some Epsom salt baths. Just try to get ahead of it so that it is not ahead of you. Okay, so as you know, we don't want to get outbreaks, right? And the more we can do just to be aware is going to help us prevent them. And just aware of our bodies, aware of what's going on, aware of what we're putting in our bodies, aware of our sleep. This by all means does not mean you can't go to Vegas on a bachelor or bachelorette weekend and have a fun time. Absolutely, go do it, have fun. Just be aware that your body is going to need to recover, is going to need to take some naps, and you're going to keep that immune system high. All right, I will see you soon in the next episode. Oh, and I totally forgot, I didn't even talk about the Secret Society. How can I not talk about that? Okay, so if you haven't heard of it, go to lifewithherpes.com, check it out. I have information on the Secret Society. It is an online community of people like you, of people like me who are living with herpes. And I have to say, it's really something I wish I had when I was diagnosed with herpes. It's just a beautiful community. It is basically, hand-holding every single day to get you through your diagnosis or whatever phase you are in. Also, we have weekly live video chats, so we get to chat and just talk and find a group of people that really care about you. Okay, I will see you soon in the next episode. Have a great day. Bye.